welcome back to Austin Adventures. My name is Austin, and today I'm going to teach you how to garden generally in the spring, just for beginners. If you have been gardening for a very long time, you should still stick around for the tips about gardening that you could learn in this gardening vlog post. This gardening vlog will be broken down into parts or steps for how to garden in the spring for beginners. Step 1. Finding the spot. This step is finding the best spot for your garden. Finding the spot is one of the most important steps of gardening, or how I like to call it, the first domino. If you mess this first domino up, the other dominoes will fall down. They won't not work. They'll just mess up, no matter how good you do in the next steps. I'm sorry if I'm putting any pressure on you. I'm sure it will be okay. For this step, you need to make sure your plants get the best sunlight they possibly can. It's like they get the VIP lounge. You need to make sure that they get the most sunlight, and so they can grow rich and beautiful. Step 2. The seeds and soil. For the seeds, they don't matter. Just make sure they're what you want and you aren't getting scammed for fake seeds. How you get seeds is you can buy them off Amazon or Target. However, you can also get them at your local farmer's market, which is where I get my seeds, and I totally recommend it. For soil, just make sure you have good, rich soil that has a lot of nutrients so your plants can grab those nutrients and grow beautiful. Step 3. Starting and setting up the seeds. Setting up the seeds are pretty important because you want to make sure you have a safe place to put your plants so they won't get eaten before you put them in soil. For example, you can put your seeds in pots or greenhouses or planters if you're using soil. However, before you put them in soil, sometimes you can you can use something called hydroponics by putting seeds in water, but not putting them in water. You don't want to drown them. You can use cotton balls and then put the seed on top. However, when I use cotton balls, the cotton balls, something grew on them, and it's a little bit disgusting. So I kind of recommend just using paper towels, which is really easy because I have them at my house, and I think everyone has them at their house. Also, after you're done with hydroponics, you can put them in soil, like I said in the beginning of this step. Next step 4. Getting your feet wet, or getting started, basically like what I said in the last step. Okay, this step is super important, but can be really short or really long, which depends on how many seeds you're planting when you're doing this. I would make sure you be careful of the seeds because they're basically like babies. Treat them like babies, or like toddlers or childs. When I started gardening, I was not that careful, and during summer, all of them were really weak and died because I treated them like they were adults. And they all rotted. Do not beat me. So be careful with all the seeds. Also, if your package contains the package that contains your seeds, if there are any additional instructions, do not follow mine. Follow theirs, unless we have the same instructions. Yeah, you can do. On to step 5. Step 5. Caring and adding. Caring and adding is basically just adding stuff to your plants to help them grow. This is, in my opinion, the longest step because it's basically just adding things, which takes a whole season, but it doesn't take long, unless you have fast-growing plants. But for example, maybe adding fertilizer or adding ladybugs and worms in your garden to help eat the bad stuff like aphids in your garden is basically what adding or caring is. And basically this step is just to make your garden better than it was before you harvest in the fall. Step 6. Harvesting. Harvesting is very important because you garden all year, and if you mess this one step up, you mess a whole year's worth of gardening. So remember to be careful when harvesting. However, if some of your plants are not ready for harvesting, check if they can survive cold or freezing temperatures by reading my vlog on how to garden in the winter below. or linked below. So thank you so much for listening to my vlog. I hope you had an amazing time listening and maybe learned something new. I hope you can implement these strategies in your own daily life. Bye!